What about biometric devices and smart card readers? Well, biometrics refers to multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Normally, when we authenticate ourselves, authenticate means to prove we are who we say we are. Maybe to get into your business's data center, you need to have a smart card, and in addition to the smart card, maybe you're challenged for a personal identification number. Using multiple forms of authentication is always and obviously safer than using just one, because if you have just one and it's something like a password, if a malicious person learns the password, they can impersonate you and do all sorts of bad stuff. But whereas a password is something that you know, a biometric ID is actually who you are organically. So at right, you see this is a fingerprint reader that again could be used to control a door lock, could be required to unlock a computer, you name it. The technology's come a long way, but you'll notice that in addition to the fingerprint reader, there's a keypad. We always have to take into account the idea of a false positive. That is, a legitimate user may be, for whatever reason, their prints aren't being recognized. We should also give them a secondary means of authenticating themselves, in this case, perhaps a personal ID number. Other ways to do biometrics besides fingerprints include eye scans, retina, iris scans, voice scans, face scans. The idea here is that, again, unless somebody can impersonate you organically, which is pretty unlikely, fortunately at this point, you can strictly control authentication. Now, on the other hand, the smart card is a plastic wafer. If you rip them open, they're actually like a sandwich with plastic on either side and then a conductor inside, like a loop antenna and a little chip, a little integrated circuit chip. In smart cards, you can either use them in a proximity fashion by placing them in proximity to a reader, or in this case, this is a really simple USB smart card reader where the user puts the smart card in just like you're swiping a credit card at the gas station. Smart cards are another way to do something in addition to knowing a password or PIN, because the idea is you have to actually be in possession of the smart card to authenticate. These are useful for door locks and such because we as administrators can look at the access logs and see exactly who unlocked particular doors at particular times. Some businesses require smart cards to log on to the network. Again, it's a way to really create a detailed audit trail for accounting purposes.